How many times, Chris, do I introduce somebody saying, I love this guy? I did that with Weber.
A lot.
I know I do that a lot.
A lot.
And certainly if people are new to the show because we're on a new platform on Peacock.
Oh, we have a lot of love to give.
Exactly.
Here.
We do.
All we need is love.
I've known him for a very long time, way back to his Pittsburgh Steelers days, and formerly of the Denver Broncos, now formerly of the defending NFC champion San Francisco 49ers, and a member of the New Orleans Saints. And what an addition this was in the non-playing season in the NFL. Lots to talk about with Emmanuel Sanders here on the Rich Eisen Show, wide receiver of the Saints. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you, Rich?
Better for talking to you.
Oh, my God.
What's going on in that great brain of yours, sir? What are you thinking these days with what's going on in the world?
I'm thinking win, and coronavirus, stay away, and, social justice, just trying to create change somehow, some way, and just trying to think of ways in which, we can have an impact, allow people to understand, and sometimes my brain is ready to explode and just trying to think about ways because, it seems like the more and more I think, it just seems like there's no out to it because at the end of the day, people will say this, say that, and then you give it time and, the next big issue comes along and they forget all about it, then it just keeps repeating itself. So it's exhausting for sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's one way to put it, exhausting. I mean, you're active on social media when you can be, at @esanders_10. I imagine you saw the shooting in the state of Wisconsin of Jacob Blake. What'd you think of when you saw that video in the palm of your hand, sir? What'd you think?
I was disgusted. And it's crazy because, here I am. I'm African American. I don't do any bad. Still, I've been racially profiled. Just driving my car. Officer, I was out here in New Orleans. The officer pulled me over and said I was doing 75 miles an hour, and I ran a red light when I know I didn't run a red light. And he told me to get out of my car. I got out of my car, and we talked, and he let me go. But then I'm leaving work, and I'm driving home down the same road, and this is probably about 5 hours later. I see down the same road I'm driving, and I look to the left, and I see an African-American being outside of his car, and a cop talking to him, and then I drive probably less than a mile down the road, and I see another African-American outside of his car talking to a cop, and I'm just like, wow, like, they're racially profiling down this road right now because it happened to me this morning, and it's not a coincidence that it's two of them outside of their car, just how I was, and the officer said I was doing 75, and I know I wasn't doing 75, and so I was, it kind of hurt my feelings, and it just goes to show, there's plenty of situations. You take 3 or 4 cops there, and you telling me they just can't, tackle this guy and get him to the ground. You got to shoot this guy 7 times in the back in order to make a point, and why shoot a guy 7 times with his back turned? That's just unbelievable, and so for me, I think the draining part is everybody's talking about, it's good cops, bad cops, but I just think that, there has to be some type of laws that's changed in terms of, I was telling one of my boys the other day, I said, it takes almost 7 years to be a doctor. It takes almost, 5, 6 years to be a lawyer. It takes all these years to be this, but it takes 18 months to be an officer and carry a gun and carry out duties. Like, how is that possible? I think it should be on the same level, and so I just feel like something has to change, and it's crazy because I know a lot of people understand. It's like, oh, it didn't happen to you, or why do you care? Like, people, these, Caucasians are getting killed and Hispanics are getting killed, and it's just like we all understand the bigger picture of all this, and it's like when is it really going to change? When is it going to change? And it's scary to say. Like, I don't know how it's going to change. Until there are laws made, and there has to be consequences to it. And I think that's the most exhausting part about it.
Emmanuel Sanders, the New Orleans Saints, joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show. You guys practiced today, but you had a special marking on your helmet. Is that a fact today?
Yeah.
What was it?
So we had Jacob's name on our helmet, and I think it was cool. it was cool to see. But in my head, you know, and a lot of my teammates, I feel like we got to do more to try to bring awareness to it. And we're going to all get together, and I know Drew's going to be a part of it, and you know, a couple of the guys, we're all going to be a part of it, whether it's me with the New Orleans Police Department and trying to break down some type of unity or just try to do more to bring more awareness to it. But, you know, in my eyes, and you can hear it in my voice, and I don't like to be a pessimist, but like I said, it's draining because it's just like, you know, this isn't the first time that we've had to do this. We've taken a knee. You know, we've done it all. You know, we brought this to light so many times over and over and over and over and over. And it's like, when is it really gonna stop? You know, it's not gonna stop unless, like I said, it has to be a law. It has to be some consequences. There has to be some type of adjustments. Just bringing light to it. It just seems like it's going in one ear and out the other.
I totally hear you, Emmanuel. And, you know, yesterday was, in fact, 4 years to the day that Kaepernick took a knee for the first time.
Yeah.
And I would say there has been some change of the way that's been viewed by the country as a whole over the last 4 years. But then again, I'm a white 51-year-old man. You got two small kids at home, right? And I don't have to have the same conversation with my slightly older kids than you're going to end up having with Princeton and maybe Zoe, right? And so it's we come from different, obviously, color skin, but I feel the same way you do. And you've been having, I mean, you want to talk about deep conversations on this subject since you've even gotten to New Orleans. You mentioned Drew Brees. I mean, when you say Drew's going to be part of it, walk me through the conversations that the team's had in general on this subject over the last several months and where things stand right now.
You know, we got Drew and we got Malcolm, so we had to bring them two guys together. You know, in a Zoom meeting, just to talk about, what happened in Minnesota and with George Floyd, and you know, Drew got on and you know, he apologized because, you know, at the end of the day, like what he said, he didn't really understand what was really going on at the time, you know, and he was just speaking from his perspective. And you know, Drew got on and he was honest and he showed his true colors and he cried in front of the team, you know, and just let us know, like, you know, he apologizes and that if anybody ever thought that he wasn't on our side, then they have him wrong as a human being, because he's not like that. And just being around him, I definitely understand. You know, I'll run through a brick wall for that guy, man. He's such a good dude, man, and I love how he comes to work every day. So those were the conversations, and it just blows my mind that, you know, those are the conversations that we were having 4 months ago about a guy that had an officer on his neck. And you would think that, you know, once the world saw that, you know, these officers would slow down. And then 3 months later, you got an officer shooting another guy in the back with his 3 kids in the car and shooting the guy 7 times in the back. Just literally trying to kill this dude over what, you know, like when the situation could have been resolved way better than that. And these are trained officers, you know. And so, you know, I can't say it enough. It's exhausting. It's really exhausting. It blows my mind because I know that could easily be me. That could easily be one of my cousins. That could easily be one of my family members, and it's scary. It's extremely scary because, like I said, I just got pulled over out here in New Orleans with a cop. I know he was racially profiling me, and so for me, like, it ticks you off to know that the reason why you're really pulling me over is because I'm a black man, and I know this. And you know that I know this too, but you just make up something. And I know that this is the only reason why. And so sometimes people fail to realize, it's like, I know you only pulling me over because I'm an African American, but you want me to remain calm, but you're racially profiling me. And so you want me to remain calm when I know that I haven't done anything wrong. You only pulling me over because of the color of my skin, you know, like that. That's, for some will tick anybody off. And so you want to talk about somebody getting ticked off. These officers are trained to stay calm, and they get ticked off over somebody saying something bad to them, you know? And you're trained to be calm through every situation. You're trained to be able to handle these situations, you know? So, like I said, it's exhausting to talk about because it's very repetitive. And, you know, I just hope change comes.
Emmanuel Sanders, the Saints here on the Rich Eisen Show. This is a total hypothetical because, as we all know, there are no preseason games this year because of, by the way, you mentioned COVID a while ago to start the conversation. We haven't even hit that subject matter. But if there were preseason games, do you think NFL players would have done what the NBA players did last night?
I don't know. You know, for me, you know, I sit back and I look at the situation and I say, okay, yeah, you postpone the game, but you know, what is the end goal to it, right? What is the end goal to it? What is it truly showing? You know, and so I don't know. It's a sticky situation with me. I support what they're doing. You know, but to me, what's the bigger picture of it? And I don't see the bigger picture, and so to cancel a preseason game in which guys have an opportunity to showcase their talent, to play, you know, to make a team and make a living for their family, I don't know, you know. But, you know, I understand that it's bigger issues, and I'm trying to find a bigger picture to it. But like I said, that's the most exhausting part because it's like, yeah, we sit out one game, but then the next game we play. So what is the true meaning of it? What is it really changing? And so, for me, I'm trying to find a bigger picture, and I just can't see it. And the only way I can see it is through the government and through, you know, hopefully the president making laws, trying to do something to bring some kind of change.
All right, and in the few minutes I have left, the first three words you said were win, win, win. When I asked you what was on your mind here, when I heard you got signed there, we had you on the show right then and there. It just sounds like you're a perfect fit. And that you got the right QB and your right coach and the right situation, and Michael Thomas also on the field. I mean, it just seems like a total chef's kiss. What's it been like for you so far, and what you think you've got in front of you for 2020?
No, it's been fun. I know the opportunity I got at hand, and you know, I'm blessed to be able to even have this opportunity in year 11 to be in the situation I am. I tell you what, it's not a day that goes by that I wake up in the morning and I tell myself to capitalize on this opportunity. And so that's what I'm trying to do. You know, I've been putting in overtime. I feel like a rookie again. You know, I feel like a rookie in terms of staying after practice, throwing with Drew, and just trying to get that timing down because I know if I get open and I win, that ball is going to be on the money, and it's been on the money since day one. And you know, play opposite of Mike Thomas and knowing that, you know, I'm going to be on the number 2 cornerback, and sometimes they're going to be double-teaming him, and my job is to take the pressure off him. And,
oh, boy.
Yeah. Just make it hard on the defense. It's going to be fun.
And Kamara there, too, and Brees knowing exactly where to put it, pre-snap, post-snap. Oh, my word. And, you know, I mean, you've been around some young receivers who are extremely talented, very fast young receivers who are extremely talented, and also physical receivers. Where does Michael Thomas rank for you?
I tell you what, it's 1A all the way across the board with him, Demarius, and Antonio. I was with all those guys when they were at the top of their game, and so you know, if you take those three and you make the perfect receiver, you know, just Demarius yards after the catch, Michael Thomas with his hands. Demarius and Michael from a physical standpoint is just Antonio Brown, just his grit and just his run after the catch. You will make the perfect receiver. There will be no receiver better than them. So to play with them guys, man, it's been an honor and really a blessing just to see it. You know, just to see the greatness within all of them in their prime. So. You know, I'm excited to play alongside him as well.
And last one for you. Do you think we get a full season in here? I know that testing hopefully is going to be improved. But
you know, the only thing that scares me about the season, and it's going to be the bye week when players have that time off, and when families coming in town fresh off a plane and go to a game. That's the only thing that really, really, truly scares me. And so if we can control that, I feel like we could possibly finish the season. But like I said, I just feel like, you know, if one person gets in and spreads like the Red Sea, it could be bad.
Yeah, bye-week bubble or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, we're going to have to do something. But, yeah, so far so good, right? So I'm optimistic.
I'm knocking on Lucite, my desk right here. Emmanuel, you're the best. Really appreciate you joining. It's great to catch up with you. Best to your family and best to everybody there in New Orleans. And certainly,
All right, thanks, Rich.
You got it. That's Emmanuel Sanders right here on the Rich Eisen Show.